We're now joined by Pro Bowl running back who has rushed for over 1,000 yards in a season 3 times, the former Packer, now with the Vikings, Aaron Jones. Welcome to Speak. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you're in camp mode. What's it like to join a new team for the first time in 7 years?
It's been a lot of fun, coming in every day, not knowing what to expect, and just finding out how everything works here. Really getting to know your teammates, getting that bonding time. You're spending 12 hours together in the facility while or in the weight room or at practice. So I've really been enjoying it. They really wrapped their arms around me and took me in.
And Jones, who?
Who?
I do want to ask you a question, man. So I got traded from Philadelphia to the Buffalo Bills, right? And I remember asking Coach Kelly, well, if you don't think that I'm still the guy, we'll trade me in the division. Let's find out, right? And you go from the Packers, from green, to now you're in that purple in Minnesota. I want to ask you, is there a revenge factor? Like, you playing twice a year?
I'm definitely excited to play them, It's not a matter of if they think I'm the guy or not, because I think I showed that the last 5 games of the season there. But I get how it works. It's a business, but I'm definitely excited to go show them that, hey, I got a lot of ball left. I guess they just decided they wanted to go younger. And I got a lot of love for Josh Jacobs, so shout out to Josh. But, but at the end of the day, just go, it's ball and go show them, hey, I still got a lot left in the tank.
That's right.
Aaron, I'm glad you mentioned the last 5 games. I feel like it's flying completely under the radar how well you were playing at the end of last season, especially coming off of injury. What was the key to that? How do you keep it rolling forward at your new team?
I feel like the key was just being healthy. I feel like I kind of did that in week 1 when I was fully healthy until I pulled the hammy. Then I was out there trying to play through that and then hurt my MCL, so trying to play through both of those. But I was finally able to get healthy late in that stretch, and I just felt like it was the biggest key. I was able to kind of play the way I wanted to play and show what I wanted to show. And I hadn't really been able to do that since week 1. So it felt really good. And I'm looking to bring the same thing here. I feel like I haven't hit my prime. I'm getting better and better and better. And I'm going to enter my prime soon. But I feel like I can do this for a long time still.
Aaron, you spent 7 years in Green Bay. Have you thought about the emotion that you're going to have when you come out of the visitors, not the home, the visitors' locker room in the Lambeau Field?
I've thought about going back to Lambeau, but I haven't thought about the emotion. I think I was more on Shady's kind of that chip on the shoulder, something to prove kind of mentality. I didn't think about how the fans are going to receive me or anything, but I hope they receive me with well. I'll get some cheers, and if it's some booze, then it's up. I'm gonna have to do me worse.
Hey, you score, you gonna Lambeau League?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna find a Viking fan sitting front row. I already had it planned out. They say you gotta manifest it, so I already had it planned out.
You gotta manifest it. Visualize it, and then it comes to you. We're in camp, and it's preseason. We were talking before we came on about preseason games. Do you like playing in preseason games? Because Shady talks about this a lot, that it really helps him get into the mode for the season and get his feet under him. Do you like playing in preseason? What do you think about how much people should play in preseason?
I do like playing in preseason. Like Shady said, it does help you get your feet up under you. Because the week 1, you don't want to go out there and it seems too fast. So it gives you that sense of game-like feel, because in practice you're thudding each other, but you're not really getting tackled or somebody trying to actually take you to the ground. So it gives you that in that sense as well. And then, just being here is my first time in Minnesota, so seeing what it's like to go through the warm-ups and do all of that and then just put on the purple jersey, I'm excited for it.
Aaron, we talked in the past. I've been a big fan of your game. And I love to judge my running backs. And I always felt like, you didn't get the just dues like you deserve because you've been a baller. But I do want to ask you this. Going to Minnesota when everything happened in Green Bay, I was kind of upset. I'm like, dang, because he is a really good player. But now you go to a really good offense where you got a guy like Justin Jefferson that is really, really good, right? And they got yourself. Talk about the offense, though. What should we expect? Because you do have a young quarterback you drafted, and also your quarterback now is Sam Darnold. So talk a little bit about that.
Definitely, both guys are special. Both guys are special, and I think whoever steps in is going to do a great job. And I think out of this offense, you're going to see fireworks. So we got weapons all across the board, like you said. Jets, JJ. Then we got T.J. Hawkinson. We got Jordan Addison as well. And then you can go Brandon Powell or Jalen Naylor, who we call Speedy. I feel like both of those guys will have a great year as well. So is going to be tough. I feel like it's going to be tough to stop. I'm seeing a lot of matchups against linebackers, which I hadn't seen in a while, like probably year 2, year 3. So I feel like anytime I'm matched up against a linebacker, I should be winning because they're doubling JJ and they may be doubling Jordan on the backside or something like that. So I'm excited for it. And then even when I'm out wide getting matched up against a linebacker, I feel like it's a mismatch.
Now, I will say this. When you get traded to a team, right, or you go from team to team, the blessing about that is you get to see other talented players. I remember being with Deshaun Jackson. I'm like, yo, I've never seen nobody with this type of speed, right? Deep ball capabilities. I've never seen nobody like that. And then in 2019, I played with Andy Reid again with the Chiefs, and I played with Tyreek Hill. I'm like, hold up. I know what I said here, but this other guy. So can you compare Justin Jefferson and Devontae Adams? Because they both were really, really like that.
Definitely. And for me, it all starts on the practice field. I've seen them both do it on the practice field. So the plays that they're making on Sundays is like, oh, it's a no-brainer. They're doing this in practice. And speaks to their practice habits and the way that they practice. In their mind, they believe that they should catch every ball, and I feel like that's how it should be as a receiver. And it's kind of special. It's special to see, how you say, this guy's different, like, and just the way to watch him work, and it's not. You see why he's gifted. It's not. It hasn't just been handed to him. He's worked for everything that he's gotten in to get that talented.
Aaron, you're in Green Bay. They decide we're going to draft Jordan Love in the first round. He sits multiple years behind Aaron Rodgers, and he has a really good season this year. You guys had a really good season. Now you're in Minnesota. They draft J.J. McCarthy. How do you see the progression from when Jordan Love was drafted to now being in camp with J.J. McCarthy as a rookie?
Definitely, just loving on them when they first come in, trying to help them understand the offense in any way that they can, being that resource for them, and then letting them know like, hey, you're at some point, you're going to have to step on the field, and you're brought here for a reason, and you're meant to play at this level, and you can do it at a very high level. So just instilling confidence as well. And that's something I did in J Love, and I went on record last year at the beginning of the season, speaking him up all year, and people was telling me that I was crazy, and then fast forward and look. So I'm excited for JJ, though. He's a great young man. He has it mentally. He's confident as well. So I'm excited to see him as well.
Aaron, we've been talking a lot about this division, and you're mentioning Jordan Love and the Packers, and you have some exciting stuff going on with the Bears, and obviously the Lions are very competitive. And you mentioned earlier, you guys got a lot of talent there, and you're sort of flying under the radar. What is the energy like there? Is everyone feeling like we're kind of ignoring you guys? There's a little chip on the shoulder. How's it going there in camp?
We're right where we want to be. It was similar to how last year was. Everybody, when I was in Green Bay, everybody was counting us out or whatever. And we've acknowledged that, hey, nobody's talking about us, but that's right where we want to be. They're not expecting anything out of us. So you can just go play loose. You can go play freely. And at the end of the day, we do the real narrating. Where the players on the field, they have the last say in what will be said after that.
Aaron, taking it back to JJ real quick, I'm just curious. Obviously, we haven't gotten a chance to see these guys in live action. Not trying to get you to give the game away, but with the amount of reps that y'all have had to this point, have you had a moment where you've seen JJ and been like, oh, yeah, I get why he was drafted where he was?
Oh, 100%. Just some of the throws that him and Sam have been making, and you're like, okay, yeah, that makes that, like, the light bulb goes off, and you're like, okay, I see why this guy was highly regarded out of college and drafted so early. And I'm just happy to have him here. I mean, the the happiness that he brings to work every day, he makes everybody around him better, and he's just excited to be here and be playing ball. So when you got a guy like that, his energy is contagious.
I want to ask you this before I'm done. It's my last question because I can start asking a million questions, right? On players that I like. We had your boy on Devontae probably a couple weeks ago, and I always ask players, I need your top 5 running backs right now. Who is it?
My top 5?
Your top 5.
I'm gonna go myself. Christian McCaffrey, Chubb, Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Is that 5 or that's 4?
That's 4. That's 4.
You mentioned Josh earlier.
And Josh. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Josh.
Okay.
I like that 5. I like that 5.
The last spot's the toughest one.
The last one is always the hardest one.
I'm about to make 5A and 5B.
Yeah. Then you want to make the whole list, and you got top 10. Thank you so much for joining us. James Jones isn't with us today, but he sung your praises and, as always, said amazing things about you. But he also wanted us to tell you, go Pack go, before we let you go. I get that in for him.
Hey, Jones.
But we appreciate it. Best of luck this year. We'll be watching and excited for you.
Thanks, Aaron.
1,700 on purpose. I'm calling it out right now.
There we go.
Yes, sir. Sounds like a great year right there, baby.
Let's do it.
Thank you,
y'all
Aaron.
for having me.
Appreciate it. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.